All right, welcome to Garbage Time week number 17. This is it, the final week of the regular season, and teams around the NFL are putting together their last attempts to make the playoffs. People say Odell is rooting for Cleveland to make the playoffs, but I know deep down that his biggest fantasy is watching a bunch of Browns crumble out the end of the season. The Cardinals are also competing for a spot 2 to make the playoffs, but they have to go through Los Angeles to get there. People say Odell is also rooting for the Cardinals, but I also know that deep down his second biggest fantasy is watching a couple birds get rammed out in the end of the season as well. Joey, T and Licht are back with me again. My name is Doon. It has been a pleasure having you with us through this roller coaster of a season. We'll see you in the playoffs, baby. This is Garbage Time. Start it up.
Somebody get me a needle, stick it in my ass, because I got the steroids for a juicy ass parlay right now. Ooh.
17 and a half.
17 and a half. This bet will hit. Shiny time. Alan, account number. Double it up, baby.
I'm actually thinking about sending a text to my bookie saying, I placed this bet. If you pay me $1,000 now, I'll delete it.
The 4-team teaser.
All right.
Yeah!
Oh, yeah, we're back, baby. We're back.
Practicing until the end.
I mean, I thought I stumbled through it a bit. I changed up a little bit, but this is the end of the season. It's really gritty. We got the Bud Light on the table. The beers are being had. Life is good.
Life's great. Not
You
complaining.
just did that. Cheers, sip, in complete sync. That was crazy.
Come on. Fast break with Joey and the Snake. Come on. Like, we're starting it up.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Tell the fans about that.
Listen. Coming out soon, 2021.
soon.
We're plugging in. We're plugging in.
Plug it.
If you like basketball and you're interested in hearing the nonsense and the garbage that we have to talk about, Joey T and the Snake coming out with Fast Break with Joey and the Snake, 2021 weekly pod. Get your basketball coverage. Get your basketball nonsense. We got you. We got the games to watch, the people to watch, the players to pick in your fucking FanDuels. We're here for you, and we're the people to listen to.
If you like basketball and you like cash, it's going to be the place to be. So we're excited. We'll see what happens.
No doubt.
All right, week 17, the playoff picture is looking clear. Any big surprises about who's in and who's out right now, or any big changes that you expect to see after week 17?
I got a hot take. The Titans are not going to make it. I think something happens to Tennessee when they go down. They're playing Houston this week, correct? I think, yeah. Yes, they are.
Oh, yeah, they haven't
clinched
clinched
yet. There's some trouble in Houston this week with those Titans.
So what would they need to happen? So they would need to lose, then the Dolphins, Ravens, Browns, and Colts need to win.
Yes.
It's possible.
Say it one more time. What's the situation?
Titans are going to find the short end of the stick this year.
If the Titans lose to the Texans, I think they're 7-point favorites, and the Dolphins, Ravens, Browns, and Colts all win, the Titans would be out.
I see the other teams winning, but I just don't see a situation in which the Tennessee Mike Vrabel Titans are going to be losing in week 17 to the Texans.
I agree.
That's why it's called a hot take.
That's why it's called a hot take, my G.
Like, you want something? I gave you. I'm spitting something out.
I do like that. I do like that. Licht, what's good? You see anything changing?
Let's swing it to the NFC. I am shocked that the Rams have not clinched a playoff berth yet. And I'm kind of confused. I'm looking at it.
What the tiebreaker is?
Yeah, so they're 9-6 as the 6th seed. You have the Bears and the Cardinals at 8 and 7 respectively. That's 7 and 8. So the Rams don't make the play. If the Rams lose and the Bears and Cardinals win, the Rams miss the playoffs. Why is that? They have a better conference record than both other teams.
There's literally an explanation right there. You want to read it?
No, there's not.
Oh, on why the
There is none.
Oh, because they're winning all the tiebreakers right now. That's why. So there is no tiebreaker for them because they're right now 9-6.
I'm set. Yeah, but
Oh, you want to know the tiebreaker?
why do the Bears and the Cardinals get in over the Rams if they have the same record?
It's probably one of those.
Yeah, no, it's a good question.
It's head to head. It's
It's
head to head. Then the Cardinals and Rams would be tied because the Cardinals lost to them earlier in the season. I don't think they played the Bears.
I mean, we're
I
going to
don't
get to
know.
this game, but who's starting at quarterback for the Rams?
John Wolford.
Jeez.
Once a finance guy.
Once a finance
heard
guy.
His LinkedIn, and the man, you ready for this? The man said, if I win this game, I think I could take the finance professional off of LinkedIn.
Wow.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong about that.
Because if he loses this game, goddamn, he better look for a finance job quick.
The motivation is there for him.
Bro, this is one of those situations where the NFC East is ruining all of football because we all want the Rams to be the team that gets in, and it would be amazing if we could just exclude the Redskins from being a part of this playoff. right? Like,
Is it ruining it or making it? There is like
the
so much
underdog
drama.
story? Oh,
There
you
is
like,
so-
you like, you like,
I
you,
love-
yeah. All right,
It's,
I'll
it is
accept
crazy.
that.
The 5-10 Giants are playing for an NFC East championship.
So
How
wait,
is that
explain to me the
possible?
situation.
How is that
the
possible?
Giants in a win and the Skins on a loss.
So-
Giants get in.
So here's the thing: Giants and Cowboys play.
Yeah.
If the winner of that game has a shot, the loser's out. The Redskins then lose, that winner gets in.
That's
all it
unfucking
is.
believable.
If the Redskins lose, the winner of that game is in the playoffs, and it's dope because the Giants Cowboys game is first, so they play, and whoever wins just roots their fucking ass off for the Eagles. So it's not like a scoreboard watching situation during the game. You know what happens, and then you know what you need to happen.
I love that.
So
Yeah.
here's the thing: if you're a team, like who's right now the 5th seed in the NFC East? Or the NFC? Who is it?
Tampa.
If you're Tampa, do you want to see that Washington defense right now? Because they are what we call filthy, right?
Do you want because you do want to play? You do want to play
I
Washington?
don't want to play Washington.
That's a good.
So what do you-
That's a good question.
I don't want to see that defense. It's top 3 unit right now.
Okay, so you want to see Philadelphia win then?
I would want to see the Cowboys definitely. If I'm
Yeah.
Tom Brady could throw all over them.
Yeah, but Brady,
Yes,
Brady,
Giants
Brady,
especially.
bro, Brady does.
Cowboys are the best matchup for the
Cowboys
Bucks,
are the
100%,
best matchup 'cause
100%.
they can throw the
Bro,
ball over.
can we just talk about something? Brady losing to the Giants in the first round of the playoffs would be fucking wild.
In New York.
In New
nonetheless,
York, in New York,
It would be-
unbelievable. That's a story for his career. That's the way it's gonna
That
go
would be
down.
so
It would
funny.
be.
I kinda need that. I kinda
you think
need
Tom
that.
Brady's sitting there. What time's the Giant game? 1 o'clock or
1 o'clock.
All right,
It might be a 4 o'clocker.
All right, but regardless, do you think Tom Brady's waking up Sunday morning saying, "God Almighty,
Yeah, get in there, my G.
please don't win.
Cheers.
Please don't win, Giants. I don't want to see you. I'm done with you. I've had too much."
I don't think he
history."
gives a fuck.
He doesn't-
I don't
he
think he
doesn't
gives a
give a
fuck.
fuck. He
He
doesn't give a
feels
fuck.
good about this
That's what
season.
you know what? That's what you think.
Are you rooting for Brady?
Yeah, of course, Brady.
You rooting for Brady?
I'm over the hatred for him. He's just proven to be so good. It's like at this point, what am I doing? Like the guy's fucking great. I would like to see them make a run in the playoffs for sure. Maybe he gets heart broke. Thank you.
Like I want greatness to be. It's in front of our eyes, and the guy's probably got like 2-3 years left. 2-3 years at most left.
No, I agree. I
Take
think
it in while we can, because maybe Patrick Mahomes will be like him, but like right
this
now
is,
this is wild.
bro. But do you think that this actually solidifies part of the argument about the Belichick Brady argument? Because a lot of people have said that Belichick could have done it with anybody. Brady's not that good of a quarterback. And look at what happened. Cam Newton sucks. But we just witnessed a season in which the Patriots did not make the playoffs. Brady, with a lot of weapons, mind you, like we'll give him that. But look, he put together a good season, and now we're going to see him go into the playoffs. Does this do anything for that conversation, for that argument?
I thought it was honestly just a perfect fucking storm. I think look at Tampa right now. They could throw on anyone. They could score points on anyone.
Yes.
That defense
Yes.
is very, very sketchy.
Yes.
Todd Bowles is good, but like that defense it's skeptical at best.
What the Patriots do last season?
They were good.
They're 12-4.
It was the defense because it was the perfect storm of the best quarterback.
That's what they said, though. That's what they said, though. Bro, but this is the thing. This is the thing. There's no denying that the Patriots had a good defense last year, and they had some injuries this year, which I think like caused them to lapse a little bit. But the thing is, you go 12-4, and then people still made the argument that they could have done it with anybody at quarterback. It was the defense that carried them. But look at what happened. You can't just go 12. What are they? 6-9 right now? What's the? It's just like that's a massive difference, and I think Brady deserves some respect, and I think he's gonna get it after this season is over.
It's so tough to say because I think they had a bunch of people sit out for COVID reasons too.
Yeah,
You're saying
like,
Pat Steve?
Yeah. And you just like look at Cam, like he can't throw the football. Like it looks like he's throwing a 20-pound
nuts.
shot put.
Yes.
Every time he's throwing the football, they have no weapons. They didn't have weapons last year either. I guess it's kind of the same situation. Right?
100%.
They had Julian Edelman, but it's really hard to put too much weight on it. But I don't know.
Well, let's kick things off with that division because we have a fantastic division matchup going on where we have the Miami Dolphins are going into Buffalo and the Bills are coming in at -1. Do the Bills have anything to play for right now besides just respect? What do they got on the line right now?
They're playing for that second seed, the divisional round home game.
Okay,
They
this
do,
the home game
but
matters.
The problem is the Steelers already came out and said they're benching Roethlisberger. They're benching a lot of people on the defense. They're benching some of the wide receivers.
Wait. What are you talking about right now?
The Steelers.
Do you not know this?
Buffalo. Wait, but what does
we're
this
not
have to
listening
do?
to
The Steelers are the 3 seed. If the Steelers win and the Bills lose, the Steelers will jump them in the standings.
If the Steelers win and the Bills lose, the Steelers jump them. So you're saying
So-
because the
so
Steelers are
this-
resting so many players that it's like
They're 10-point underdogs at Cleveland. So are they really gonna win that game?
right.
So if early in the game the
We'll get to that game,
yeah,
by the way.
if the Bills see that the Steelers are down by 14, they're just gonna bench their players because it doesn't mean anything, and they might bench them anyway. Last year, Week 17, they played the Jets. They started Matt Barkley and they lost because they didn't give a fuck. It didn't matter. So that's why this week is so tough. Like you don't know who's playing.
Right.
You don't know how long they're playing for. Even if Josh Allen does start and does one drive, he might come out. And
Bro,
it's hard.
speaking of the Jets, you remember what was it? It must be many years ago at this point where we had to beat the Buffalo Bills in Week 17 to get into the playoffs. Yeah, it was the Fitz year.
We
right?
were
Oh,
10-5 and needed to win to get into the playoffs. Now the Giants are 5-10 and need to win to get into the playoffs. It's fucking bullshit.
Unbelievable. So what do we like in this one? I mean, like Miami's playing for a lot though. They got a lot on the line. Tua starting at quarterback.
Oh wait, weather alert.
Weather alert.
Weather alert.
Wow, you're on
What's
the
it looking
Buffalo-
like?
You're on the Buffalo beat right now?
So we got, I'll read it to you straight from weather.com. Snow during the morning will give way to a mixture of rain and snow during the afternoon. So Ryan Fitzpatrick just got put on the COVID list, which means Tua is starting, and they can't put Fitzpatrick in to save them like they did last week. By the way, why wasn't Fitz starting this game? It makes no sense.
They're crazy.
That was announced beforehand, regardless.
Yes, Tua was starting.
Yes,
Tua was starting.
Tua starting.
Look at these stats right here.
Well,
Ryan,
because they're going into the playoffs and they think that they were going to go with Tua for the playoffs.
but why? Did you see last week? He
Yeah,
was
yeah,
17
yeah,
for
yeah,
22
yeah,
for
yeah.
94 yards. They throw Fitz in there, 9 for 13, 182 yards. He doubled his yardage. He just slung the rock.
What did he do with the Jets when the fucking season was on the line?
Exactly. Going to Buffalo,
They
these
knew
teams,
what
you
was
gotta
good.
win the
Same game.
This is what happened. He lost.
Miami loses and they're potentially out
Yes, potentially.
based off of Cleveland
None
and
of these
Indy.
teams can lose. None of these teams can basically lose.
Right,
In the wild
right.
card.
If Miami loses and the Ravens, Browns, and Colts all win, they're out.
They're out.
And the Colts are playing.
The Colts are playing the
No,
Jacksonville. So the Colts are winning. The Colts are winning that game.
Do you remember Week 1?
I do remember week
Jacksonville
1.
with
And
the
actually,
big
the Jags
upset there.
can't hurt themselves draft wise winning this game. So maybe they'll try. Maybe they'll try to play hard. But
Maloney Marone?
let's be honest. The Colts are not losing that game.
No
But
way.
I think we're getting a little off topic. But
I
back-
just gotta say, bro, Week 17 is amazing. The fucking like looking at who's in, who's out, what needs to happen. This is the best part about football.
it's impossible this is why this week is so big for live betting, because something like the Bills, you don't know if Josh Allen's gonna be playing, how long he's gonna be playing for. If he comes in, leads them to a touchdown on the first drive, and then you hear he's coming out, maybe you look to live bet the Finns in that spot.
I like that. So I mean, like, so what do we advise to the fans? Are we saying don't take any bets pre going into this game, or do you look at the
No,
teams that
no,
need to
you
win? There
have
are
to-
teams that need to win,
Listen,
right?
we're all fucking degenerates in our own right. We got to get action out there. We were talking about this before we started recording. I would stay away from teasers this week just because there is so much unknown and you can exploit live betting more than usual. But to this game, it's so tough. Like Tua, Hawaii kid, goes and plays in Alabama. Now he's in Miami. How is he going to play in the snow?
I don't think he's ever seen snow.
I don't think-
I'm pretty
he's not-
sure. I think the dude has
There's
never
no way,
seen
right?
snow before.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. He doesn't even know what's.
But like the Bills aren't playing for anything, and the Finns are playing for everything.
The Bills aren't playing it. Remind me one more time, because Pittsburgh.
playing for something.
Because if Pittsburgh loses, then it doesn't matter for
If
Buffalo.
Pittsburgh loses, then Bills are locked into the 2 seed.
Even if they lose.
Yes.
Okay.
And Steelers have already come out and they're benching everybody.
Do you think it works like that though? Do you think that like the Bills just like assume that the game is locked down?
No, but once they see that the Steelers are down 14, I'm sure that they're going to be more inclined to bench their players.
What time
but
is Miami Buffalo?
I think both these games are at 1 o'clock.
Well, they're not watching, bro. They're competing. All right, let's get some picks, bro. In all honesty, this is a tough game to pick. This is a very tough game to pick. Joey, what are you gonna take?
It is tough. Like this is a coin because you don't know if the Bills are gonna play. You know Miami's coming out. I'm taking the team that I know is gonna play hard out the gate, so I'm taking Miami.
Wow.
It's -1, right? -1 plus.
You're gonna take
Plus
Miami at
one.
+1.
Plus one,
I'm
plus
taking
one.
Miami +1. I think they're gonna come out and play really hard. Like the Bill. I think if McDermott, this wasn't happening. I think if McDermott sees that they're maybe down a couple points at halftime or something, or like the team, like they're up big, I think they're gonna bench everyone just to give him some rest. He doesn't want anyone hurt. Like if I'm Sean McDermott, my main priority is get out of the game with everyone healthy.
Yeah.
I don't care
100%,
where we
yeah.
are, get out of the game healthy. So
I feel that.
I mean, I'm also thinking to myself like Steelers might lose that game. They're not playing good football.
Let's save that. Let's save that.
All right, but like I'm taking Miami.
Snake.
this is probably the hardest game to pick on the docket. And like we were saying before, obviously we have to make a pick for purposes of the podcast. But I would try to wait for this game to start and then kind of feel it out, see who's playing, see who's not, and make your live bet. But the Bills are so nice.
They're
They're 12-3. This is a breakout year for them. They're not like the Patriots that savvy playoff team that tries to win games or lose games to like position themselves in the playoffs. This Bills team is young. I feel like they just want to win and like go 13-3 and like just like set the tone and be like, we're division match. We're here to stay. I think they're going to want to set the tone for the playoffs, and they're 7-0 against the spread in their last 7. They're playing some of the best football in the NFL. I'm just going to take the Bills.
Yeah, imagine also, by the way, just side note, imagine being one of those 6,700 fans in Buffalo going to the game. It is going to be the loudest.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So dope.
How did we not talk about that? I forgot about that.
Insane.
So
Literally insane.
if Miami loses this game and all the other teams win, it's safe to say Miami is the team that does not make the playoffs.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, it's any of these 10. There's 5 10-5 teams. If any of them lose and the other 4 win, that team's out.
I think it's in order. It's like in tier
Tennessee,
order.
Miami,
It's in tier
Cleveland,
order, like,
Indy, and all of them face relatively easy matchups besides Miami. Bro, this is so fucking tough. I am going to take Buffalo, and the reason for it being is that I think Buffalo is going to come out there to play, and if this game was in Week 13, I think the spread would obviously be a lot more, and I think Buffalo is going to win this game by a decent margin. The only thing that's like holding me back just a little bit is this idea that Miami is the only team of the 10-5 teams that has by far the most to play for right now, because the other teams are playing easy opponents, and Miami needs a fucking win against a team that potentially might not come out there in the second half. But just because I think that Buffalo is going to disregard all this information that we're talking about right now, I think it's going to be the reason why Buffalo ends up winning this game. It's a tough one, though.
Tough one. This is the toughest game of the week. Right?
Let's talk about this next one, which I'm sure we're going to have a ball doing. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going into Cleveland, and the Browns are coming in at 10-point favorites. We said it in the intro, but Cleveland is playing for a playoff spot, and they are going against a backup team. Is there anything more Cleveland-like than choking on this kind of stage after what we saw last week?
No, there's simply not.
There's simply
and that's why
not.
I'm taking the Steelers.
Oh, he's coming out right now.
Tell me you don't see this game at least being close and the Browns fans having to sweat out a victory.
100%.
So even
What's the line?
it's like 9.
10,
It's like 9 or
10.
10.
10.
Yo, and we
In
got
Pittsburgh, right? This
No,
game?
in
no,
Cleveland.
it's in Cleveland, but it's the Myles Garrett
Oh,
Mason
wow.
Rudolph rematch game.
Bro, talk about that. First of all,
we
it's
see-
not
we
that.
need
It's
a
linked.
picture of the article.
It's
We need a
linked on the
picture
cover
of the-
rematch
get
We
game.
need to get that article up.
Get that up, graphics department.
Amazing, bro. It's gonna be. We'll have the cover up, and then we're gonna just zoom in on the most important part of that.
It's so epic that I was on the cover or whatever, but the fact that it was the Myles Garrett, Mason Rudolph, it's so like that guy's gonna be hanging on my bedroom wall for the rest of my life.
Amazing.
It's hilarious. But I don't really have much to say about this game. It's just way too many points. It's a division matchup. This would be the most Brownie thing ever for them to lose this game. Steelers. I feel like the Steelers defense is still gonna play hard. Like they got something to prove. I'm taking the points here. Like
Bro,
you can't lay 10 points in this game. You can't do it.
Not only is the defense going to play hard, but it's like you're telling me that this team, even the people who are getting their chance for like Mason Rudolph getting his one start, is not gonna put it all on the fucking line. It's just like you don't have anything to play for besides just yourself at this point. They're gonna come out so strong.
Mason Rudolph has one good thing about him. It's impeccable jawline. Besides that, he's pretty bad at
This
everything
again.
else.
Let's see what he's got.
Here
Let's
we
see
go.
what he's got.
Get the
Yeah.
grasp
Pull it
on
up, pull it up,
His
pull it up.
jawline is impeccable. So let's get that out of the way. That's why his head probably was okay, because like we need to look at this. It's an amazing jaw.
All right.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, you see
You're
that?
not wrong, bro.
Let's see what he's got.
You're not wrong.
Am I wrong? No, he's an impeccable jaw. This guy. It's amazing.
Does he?
Chisel. Look at that chiseled chin.
Is that Chiz?
That's chiz as.
I
He
wouldn't
looks,
say
he looks a
chiz.
little beefy.
I wouldn't say chiz, but I would say that's a guy that's gonna be the what do you call
He
it?
looks like a quarterback.
He's gonna be the buff guy in the fucking high school drama that's gonna bully the other fucking kids.
Yeah,
That's his role.
Did you have some experience with that?
Yeah, bro.
Mason Rudolph's the guy in the varsity jacket pushing like
Yes,
him to
yes,
that-
yes, yes, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say chisel, but it's definitely not a jaw I'd want to punch.
He's jock material, you
got a
know.
great jaw.
And also a name like Mason fucking Rudolph, bro. Where's this guy from? Where's Mason
I don't,
Rudolph
but
from?
honestly,
Texas.
that name sounds racist to start. So I don't doubt that he said what they accused him of saying. Like, tell me that name does not
You
sound
think
racist.
he's dropping bombs?
Yeah. I think he could be dropping bombs.
Here's the thing. The name sounds like he's dropping bombs. There is no way in hell. There is no way that on that play he said anything remotely close to that. Myles
Dude,
Garrett
this
is
is
an absolute...
this is garbage time, not two tangents.
Sorry,
all right?
yeah, I'll
wrong,
tell
wrong,
him back.
wrong cast.
We'll save it. All right, Joey, what's your take on this game?
My biggest thing about Week 17 is take the team that needs the win. Hence why I'm taking the Browns. I'm very reluctantly taking them just because of the Browns. But you got to take the team that needs the win and play hard. Like there's going to be one,
this mic
by the
steady.
way, that doesn't. But one team. I mean, there's going to be one team that doesn't win. But I don't think it's the Browns.
You sound like you're trying to convince yourself that this is the right pick more than you're trying to convince us.
I
Yes.
love when you do that.
Yes.
How can you feel good taking the Browns laying 10 points in a divisional game against
Yeah,
the
bro.
Steelers?
You like
but-
the Browns could win this game, but you're taking the -10. It's like, of course they need to win, but are they gonna cover 10? The Cleveland Browns with the season on the line?
Are any of their receivers back?
Yeah, they're all back. They're all back.
They're all back.
I just got an update.
Odell's
that
back.
they're all back.
Odell's back.
Everyone's
Odell's not back.
Odell's back.
The
Oh,
ones
yeah,
that
yeah.
were playing last week.
Oh, I thought you were talking about. I don't
So
know.
what? They have Higgins,
Yeah,
Jarvis.
I had the update right here. Jarvis Landry was just activated off the reserve side.
All right.
For Charlie
Higgins,
Higgins,
let's-
Ryan.
Let's keep this simple. I'm also gonna take
Joey, put your
Pittsburgh
head back.
plus 10. It was obvious from the
Wait,
start.
wait,
Put your head
put your
back,
head back.
Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Donovan Peoples-Jones. First touchdown plus 1,500.
Plus
Oh,
1,500.
yeah, can the garbage time prop bet of the week, by the way, DPJ. First tut in the Browns game.
We should take that.
I took so much good shit. Fucking what was that Christmas weekend? Like use check to score a touchdown. That was dope, and he fucking puts up 2. Shit like that just gets me fucking juiced. Yeah, I'm taking Pittsburgh plus 10. We said it before. 10 is just a little too much for a team that is historically known to crumble. So I'm gonna take the crumble. Let us swing it to our next game. The Dallas Cowboys are going into New York, and the Cowboys are 3-point favorites. The Cowboys seem to be clicking. I think this team is playing well. We've said it on the show before. They have players. Andy Dalton can rise to the occasion, and like the amount of talent that's on this team could lead them to win games. The defense still a little bit shaky, but 3 points favored against the Giants, who, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think the Giants have looked so great as of late.
They had that little midseason run where they won 4 straight, and they're in the midst of a 3-game losing streak, while the Cowboys are in the midst of a 3-game winning streak. So it's two teams on complete different ends of the spectrum.
And they're both playing for something right now.
Yeah, no, they both need to win. Both teams need to win this game to have like an outside chance of getting in. So it's a monster game right now. So
In New York, does that matter?
So I'll throw you something interesting at you guys. The look-ahead line before Sunday. So the Giants lost to Baltimore. The Cowboys beat the Eagles. The Giants were -3 before that game started, and now they're +3.
Wow.
Nugget.
I think there's just such an overreaction
Yes.
around the Dallas.
Yes.
The last 3 games, they have
Gotta be.
But they have 9 turnovers in those 3 games. Turnovers are notoriously unpredictable to continue on week to week. It's just like, how is this game swinging from 6 points? The Giants lost to a very good Baltimore team, and the Cowboys beat a very bad Eagles team.
Vegas knows recency bias. People like to bet on things that they witnessed the week before, and when you see a team get hot, when you see a team go bad, it leads you to believe that you should just ride the trend. You just throw that at the fucking camera?
Believe that you should just ride the trend. You just throw that at the fucking camera.
I need another one.
Did that camera shake? Are we good?
Yeah, I saw a little.
Oh my God, you got a splash of beer on my $9,000 camera.
It's not a bet. It's just like if it fucking tilts one way.
that would've been crazy. I should have thought
then
about
we're gonna
that.
do the rest of the fucking episode only like focus one
Listen,
way.
I see myself in the.
I can still see it. We look good.
We look good. We
All
look
right,
fucking
we look good.
We look good.
We look
gorgeous.
gorgeous.
A young Jimmy G.
Get the graphic.
All right,
we look
all right.
gorgeous.
Yeah, Dallas Giants. Snake, you gonna take a pick?
I don't know what I want to do. I mean, Daniel Jones, I was looking at some stats. He hasn't attempted one rush in the last 2 games.
Yeah, because he can't run.
Because he can't run.
I can't run.
It's a huge part of his game. Over his career, he's averaged 5 rushes a game, and now since his hamstring's hurt, he's not running at all. It completely limits him and the offense, but I guess he's still better than Colt McCoy. So what does that mean?
Let me say this. Is this game, regardless of who you're picking, is this game going to come down to the very end?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? You think that this is going to be
I think it's Cowboys big.
the setup for
I
a
think
blowout?
it's Cowboys big.
Wow,
think
Joey
Cowboys
putting the stamp
big.
on it right now.
Stamp it.
Yep.
Cowboys
I
big.
think it does come down to the end. What the Giants need to do is establish the run early. The Cowboys' rush defense is fucking terrible, and these teams that have been getting down against them early have turned into one-dimensional passing teams, and that's when they have the turnovers, and that's why they're getting blown out. If the Giants could just have a good game plan, come in, run the ball, dominate time of possession, I think they're going to have a good chance to win this game. People like Joey are looking at the Cowboys the last 3 weeks, dominating these games, winning by 47 points combined the last 3 games.
Yo.
Look at the Giants losing 3 in a row. The public, I think the Cowboys are going to be the heaviest public bet of the week, so I'm fading that. I'm taking the Giants at home +3, giving them a chance going into Sunday night, sit on their couches, watch the Philadelphia Eagles beat the Redskins and propel them to the playoffs. I'm taking the Giants +3.
Giants +3.
So here's what I was gonna say. I'm saying like I can't hear you right now. You're saying squares like me are taking the Cowboys, but like, buddy, who's got 10K on the line on Sunday?
12-4 last week, my G.
I know you got a payday.
I'm in the cash party right now.
I may walk away with absolutely like me and Justin may walk away with absolutely nothing by the end of Sunday, which would be miserable.
Which is crazy. You're like 15 games ahead of me, but I might still make more money on the season than you did.
That's right.
Which is nuts.
Yeah, it's nuts.
That's why we love Pick'em.
Yeah. Oh my
What about you? Have you ever won a week or anything?
In my 3 seasons of ever doing the pick'em, I have not won a week. Barely have I ever even gotten close. It is embarrassing, and I will continue to put in my money and lose it week in and week out.
That's the spirit.
I absolutely fucking love it. But dude,
There's just something about it when you're in it week in and week out. You just have a chance every week.
Danny,
it's like
you don't want to be in my spot right now because I'm going to be. I might.
I'd have a heart attack,
I'm
bro.
gonna have a heart attack,
Bro, I mean, like last week, I obviously lost fantasy in a fucking brutal season finale. So that shit, yeah.
I remember.
You fucking invest so much into this. It just
my
sucks
God.
to fucking lose like that. Let's not get into it. All right, Dallas and the Giants.
Before you make your pick, you're on the.
He's on the boys.
You're on the boys. I'm on the Giants. If you go Giants, this is the 3rd game in a row that he's on one side and me and you are on the other side.
Well, I'm doing it. I'm going to tell you right now.
We're both on the Steelers, and now we're both on the Giants.
Well, it feels good to win. It's like I'm taking the Giants +3. I agree with all the analysis that's been said thus far. I think the recency bias has swung the point total a little too far in Dallas's favor, and I think this game actually comes down to the end. If Dallas is going to win this game, it's by a field goal. It's not by a touchdown. The defense of the Giants will at least keep them in this until late. And so I think that being that you get that cover with 3, it's worth it to take the Giants +3, who also are playing to win the game.
6 points off of 2 games is just way too much. Bradbury's back. The defense is they're going to be playing good. I love this. This might be my favorite pick of the week, honestly.
Is Giants +3?
Yeah.
I love it. Let's talk about the next one. We have the Cardinals are going into Los Angeles, and the Cardinals are coming in at 3-point favorites. This one's going to be fun because both these teams have so much to play for, and the Rams are so hurt right now.
Dude, imagine this. The LA Rams sitting at 9-4. You have the New York Jets on your schedule.
Oh.
All you need to do is win that game, and you clinch a playoff spot. They lay an egg. They lose to Seattle last week. They are now sitting at 9-6. The LA Rams were 9-4, one of the best teams in the NFC, best defenses, and now they're on the brink of missing the playoffs. If they lose a game in which they're starting a quarterback who has never taken a snap in the NFL, how has this happened?
So
Crazy.
The scenario one more time. Rams lose. Cardinals win.
If Rams lose and the Bears beat the Packers, Bears are a 5-point dog. They're out. That's it.
Quick Bears Packers. Are the Packers playing their starters? Do they have something to play for?
They're playing for the bye. They're playing for a lot.
A loss from the Packers means that they lose the bye, even if they're tied with the Saints?
The Saints or the Seahawks, I don't know which one. One of them have the tiebreaker over the Packers.
Okay, so they're playing for it. Yeah.
If the Packers lose and one of those teams win, they don't have the bye.
All right,
they're playing for a lot.
There's a lot on the line. There's a lot on the line right now. So
good for the fucking Rams, because to be honest, I think the Rams deserve it so much more than the Bears do. So I would love to see the Rams probably should lose here more times than not, and I hope they make it in. How bad is the Goff injury?
He got surgery on Monday. He broke his thumb or some shit.
Oh, he's
He
done?
literally had surgery. No, he's not. He'll be back, but he's definitely not playing tomorrow, Sunday.
Bro, you're telling me this guy got surgery and he has a chance to play in the first week of the playoffs?
Yes.
What
Dude,
the
How
fuck?
insane is
it's
that?
on his throwing.
He's
It's
gonna literally be playing a playoff game. Think about it.
This team runs the ball, though. I think a lot of people forget that. This team runs the football. They have like a nice set of running backs going in throughout
not
the entire
anymore.
game.
Cam Akers is out. Darrell Henderson's out.
I take it back. I have no fucking idea what I'm talking about right
They
now.
don't.
Dude,
they're struggling right now with injuries.
Cooper Cup's
COVID.
Hold on. Someone else just went on COVID.
Robbie Woods is
Someone else
starting
just
at
went on
running
COVID.
back right now. Like that's what they're
Well,
gonna
they
be
have who do they fucking have? Who's their third string running back? What's his name?
Hold on. Someone else.
Akers,
someone else
Akers
has
and
COVID.
Henderson are out.
Someone else has COVID.
What the
Hold
fuck's
on.
the guy's name?
Cooper Cup COVID.
Trey Mason. I don't
Ready
know. Who the
here.
fuck
Here.
is,
Michael Brockers COVID.
Who's their starting running back? Who's their third string running back? I forget his
Henderson, Akers, and
name. They're both out.
Malcolm Brown.
Malcolm Brown.
Malcolm Brown.
Malcolm Brown's not bad.
Yeah, no,
Malcolm
he's
Brown's
a
not
good
bad.
third, but they're dealing with so many injuries right now. And this, I'm looking.
Yeah, it shakes up the
I'm
fucking
looking,
game plan.
I'm looking at this guy, John Walford's stats from Wake Forest.
Is he good?
Freshman, 2,000 yards, 12 touchdowns, 14 picks. Sophomore, 1,800 yards, 9 touchdowns, 11 picks. Next year, 9 touchdowns, 10 picks. He didn't have more touchdowns than interceptions until his senior season.
But look
Yeah,
at, hold on,
but
read the
like-
senior stat line.
But
Read the fucking
senior stat line, he
stat
just
line, bro.
propels to 3,200 yards, 29 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions.
Bro, you grow up. You grow
Yeah.
up eventually, you know?
And listen, from coming out of the Rams camp, the GM and McVay, they've been talking this guy up, saying
What
like,
are
like
they gonna
just.
say? No, we're fucked. What do they? What do
And
you mean?
that-
Of
that's
course
what
they're
I'm,
gonna
that's what I'm
talk him
thi-
up.
that's what I'm thinking. If the guy's really good, wouldn't you just sit back and be quiet and surprise the fuck out of the other team
Yeah.
instead of trying to talk? It sounds like they're talking. It sounds like they're talking to him to like give him confidence.
Let's for a second talk about the other side of the coin right now, which is is Cliff Kingsbury the biggest fraud? Are the Arizona Cardinals the biggest
Yes.
fraudulent team of
Yes.
all time?
Kingsbury licks. He's not a good coach. I watched.
I want Kingsbury as my coach.
I know.
I'm gonna say it.
I know you love him, but I just watch these games and I'm like, what is this
What
guy
is
doing?
going on?
He's
Yeah,
terrible.
there's
He's
so
terrible.
many moments where
Can we
it's like,
talk
what?
about, it was. I remember watching the game on Saturday, him going for on the 30-yard line, 4th and 5. I'm like, dude, this isn't Madden. This is the NFL right now. What is savage? Literally, middle of the game, 4th and 5 on his own 30.
Bro, I just felt there were so many times where it was just like play calling, clock management that just felt
situational, like
that it just
textbook
felt
shit, like
strange to
textbook
me.
shit.
It was like this guy I feel like we've propped up on the show as being pretty fucking decent at his job. Maybe it's just the hot smoking girlfriend that he's got that has led us to
I wouldn't.
to that
I wouldn't
take.
say we. I say this guy. Am I right?
I mean, I jumped on the bandwagon. I mean, when this team plays well, they play well, but they've obviously been crumbling as of late. And with the season on the line, going against the backup quarterback, they should cover 3. They should win this game. But there's a piece of me that's like, fuck. The Rams defense is going to show up. They're not going to be able to put something together, and they're going to choke. And it's going to be the most obvious thing that we should have seen from a mile away.
And don't forget, Kyler Murray still has that leg injury.
Yeah,
like he's
clearly,
been hobbled the last couple weeks, and he got so hurt last game that earlier in the week they thought that he wasn't even playing this game. It was gonna be backup versus backup, like Chris Strevler or some other guy that's never played in the NFL. Electric.
By the way, have you seen the Cardinals backup quarterback and what he looks like? Fucking stud.
Yeah. Oh, he's got like some.
Oh,
yeah,
Give me
yeah,
a name,
yeah.
Joey.
He's
I'll look
tatted
it up.
He's
What's
tatted
the-
up.
What's the jawline?
It's Chris Strevler. I'm pretty sure that's
Chris
his name.
Strevler?
He's like
Dude's
tatted
just
up.
stud.
Spell.
He went to like North Dakota State or something.
is it?
There were like a lot of letters going on there.
Streveler.
Here, I got it. Arizona Cardinals backup QB.
Oh, bro, is this him?
I have Drew Stanton.
Is this him?
Yeah, he's a monster.
Oh, bro.
You know this guy. Everyone knows this
look
guy.
at that guy.
Well, I don't know this guy, but I want to know this guy.
Who doesn't want to get to know that guy? Get him on the screen, by the way. Graphics.
of course.
We gotta get this one up.
Say this picture.
This guy.
I don't know this guy, but I want to know this guy.
I want to know that guy. I want to have a beer with that guy.
Yeah, bro.
What,
this
you have a
is-
beer with me? Anytime, my G.
Cheers, my G.
Yo, give me on that, yo.
Boys, come on, boys.
Love you. All right, let's get some picks going. Cardinals -3. King Snake, give me your pick.
So before Goff was out, the Rams were -4. Now they're +3. The line moves 7 points, and it's so funny. Like, I hate on Goff all the time. He's not even playing, but I'm still gonna find a spot to hate on him. I don't think he's worth 7 points. I really don't. I think McVay is like so good at what he does that he's gonna be able to fucking just hide Walford and run the ball and do quick screens and quick slants and figure it out. And since McVay got hired as the Rams coach, he's 7-0 straight up, 6-0-1 against the spread against the Cardinals. Wow. I think he just has their fucking number, and he just gets it done.
Oh, jeez.
And the Cardinals, I think they're frauds. I don't think they're going to win this game. I don't think they deserve to be in the playoffs. I don't think they're going to be in the playoffs. Give me the Rams +3. I'm going to take them money line as well to win the game.
I think
What was the score the first time they played?
close, I think.
Rams 38,
34,
28.
10 points.
Wow. Joey, what do you like?
I'm just not agreeing with anything Licht is saying right now, honestly.
Love to hear
I'm
it.
taking the Birds. Easy. I mean, I'm not trusting a backup quarterback in any pressure situation. One as high intense as this one's going to be.
They got no film on him.
No film. I mean, yeah, no film, but this guy.
No film.
No film.
You're telling me some dude who's literally fucking typing at a keyboard, looking at fucking graphs of Apple in the past, like, week over week, 5-year trend, whatever. I don't know. I don't even know right now.
Do you know what he just said?
going to win this football
Some
game?
finance, I think.
I don't
He
know.
was getting that.
I'm just going to keep going with it. But he's going to go out there and win an NFL game to get in the playoffs without his number one receiver?
It's a lot.
It's a lot to ask. It's a lot to ask.
Not happening.
But when
Taking the Birds?
I'm taking Birds.
when you have a shit coach versus a good coach and a lack of tape on the opposing quarterback, I think it's a good recipe for McVay and the boys.
Listen,
It is
your
a good recipe
definition
for
of
McVay and
shit
the
coach and my definition of shit coach are a little bit different right now.
Yeah, you just go based off looks. That's it.
Of course.
But based off their looks and their girlfriends.
Sean McVay's good.
Listen, it's not bad.
Sean McVay's a good-looking guy. Hold on. Don't
You're right.
discredit Sean
You're right.
McVay.
You're right.
He's a
You're right. You're
good-looking
right.
guy.
He is a
His
good-looking
hair-
guy.
His hair is impeccable every time.
Every time.
Spiked
every
up
time.
perfectly.
Bro,
like,
he's got a
I need-
beautiful girl as well, right?
Sean McVay.
Fiancé,
Sean McVay's
wife?
girlfriend is a
Yeah,
smoke.
she's probably hotter than Kingsbury's.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro,
good
you know,
fucking
Yo, look him up.
shit,
Look him up.
McVay.
You know who has
McVay's
the
girl?
hottest girlfriend in both these games? Jared Goff. Oh my
Does he?
God.
That fucking
Oh
loser?
God, Jared Goff's girlfriend is so hot.
You know, you hate to hear that.
I mean,
You
he's
absolutely
not a
hate
bad-looking
Yo.
dude.
No, he's not, but he sucks at
Sean
football.
McVay. God damn. Good for you, son.
All right, Jared Goff girlfriend. She's an Instagram
Also,
model.
has a fresh fucking
Oh,
suit.
Christian.
Yeah, he looks
Christian
great.
Robert. Oh,
He
my
looks
God.
great.
Yeah, look at this. Look at
Forget
this.
the girl. Look at this
Look at
guy.
this.
Oh my God, she's amazing.
You see? Oh, look at this. Look at this right here. Boom.
Oh my God,
Oh.
Goff. What are you doing, son?
He's securing the bag.
All
and
right,
the check.
it looks like you guys are split down the middle. It comes down to me again. The Cardinals are -3. Goff is not playing in the game. He still gets to have sex with that beautiful girl. But the point is that I'm going to ride the Birds -3. I'm with Joey on this one. I think it's a good call. I think the Cardinals are playing for everything. The Rams are as well, but they don't have the talent to get it done. And I think the Cardinals play as they had earlier in the season when they were winning games. I think they find a way to win this game and at least cover 3 points. This has a big potential for a push. But I feel
Yeah,
better.
always
I feel,
does at 3.
I feel slightly better about taking the Cardinals to cover against the backup quarterback than I do taking the Rams to cover the 3 against the Arizona Cardinals.
No, you guys bring up salient points, but I just got to fade the public. Like, the public's going to be all over the Cardinals.
100%.
And it's the same thing I'm doing. It's the same thing with the Cowboys. Every other game, just fading the public.
All right, let's talk about the last game. The Washington football team is going into Philadelphia, and the Washington football team is coming in at 1.5-point favorites. Who's starting at quarterback for Washington? Alex Smith?
He practiced today, but Heineke, whatever his name is, he looked pretty. He didn't look pretty good, but he looked serviceable last week.
Let's talk about Haskins. Like, what's the deal with do we respect the move to get rid of Haskins this late in the game?
100%. You had to just. It was just like a black cloud over the locker room and the organization. They had to let him go, just dismiss him and move on. I think it was a good move. I mean, the guy, he was terrible. He couldn't do anything. He knew it. He came out and admitted it. He just didn't get the job done. So just get him out and just move on.
But it was a combination. It was a combination of like the off-field antics.
What
with
do you
the
do
game
off?
plan.
What do you do off field?
Just fucking go to the strip club without fucking like without a mask and just.
I
Like,
do that.
Yeah, but the public just didn't. You're not the starting quarterback for.
Kidding, Mom. I don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, that was taken into consideration, right? It was more than just the.
Yeah, I
fucking
mean,
play. They would've kept him.
when you suck at your job and you also give additional off-field or out-of-office reasons to
Yeah.
fire you, it's
Yeah.
like, what are you doing?
Amen. So I mean, like, given all of that, this team decides, like, are they gonna rally around this last game of the season to make the playoffs? Are there locker room nonsense going on right now?
It's hard to say. I mean, I think I'm just going to stick to my script. I mean, the public's going to be all over the Skins. They just think the Eagles have nothing to play for. The Skins are playing for everything. Alex Smith practice, he's starting. How are the Skins not going to win this game? And that's why, like, Vegas knows that in the spread.
It would be no surprise though if the Eagles won this game. I
Bro, I
Agreed.
also think that Philadelphia is playing for something. Like Jalen, this is his third game starting. Like this is not a guy that's like just hanging up the cleats for the season. I think that he feels so empowered by still getting another start in the NFL that he's putting it all on the fucking line here.
Not only him, the entire team.
Yeah, like there's
I
more.
feel like they're gonna come out so fucking fiery.
I agree.
They
Division
don't want
matchup as well.
They don't want the Redskins in the.
But the only thing that sucks, if the Giants or the Cowboys win, them winning puts one of those two teams in, and they probably want the Redskins in over any of those two teams. But they're gonna come out and fucking play. I want to see what the spread was before the Eagles lost last week. So I'm guessing it moved a lot after the Eagles got blown out by the Cowboys. Dude, Eagles were -4, and now they're +2, +1.5.
+1.5.
So the spread moved 5 points.
Makes no sense. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm also gonna take. I'll jump into it. I'm gonna take the Eagles +1.5. I think they win this game, especially at home. I think the Eagles, if they came off the win against Dallas, they'd be looking a lot prettier. But this team is better equipped. They have the talent. And I think they're playing for more than what Vegas and the public is letting them on to most people to believe. So I think the Eagles come away with a win here.
Agreed. I'm taking the Eagles as well, if you couldn't tell.
Joey.
I want to take the. What's the Eagles again? What are they?
+1.5.
Games in Philly too, right?
Yes.
I'm riding with you guys. I think,
My boy.
I think
Let's
it's.
go, baby.
I think it's.
We got one.
I think Jalen Hurts you basically put it perfectly. The dude is so empowered, and he wants to take this football team from Carson Wentz, which I couldn't be happier for.
So
But
you're in the Eagles?
Yep.
You're in the Eagles?
yes.
And the Washington football team is the biggest lock of the week, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's talk a little bit about playoff predictions. I think I'm more excited for the playoffs this year than I have been in past years because I feel like it is more open than it's been in the past. I think that we'd all probably say that the Chiefs are the favorites a little bit above the rest of the teams, but I think that the other teams are putting together resumes that at least allow us to believe that they're going to compete in this playoffs and make this a pretty damn good competition.
It's gonna be great. I hope they keep, by the way, the 7 playoff teams because this is so much better. An extra game during Wildcard Weekend. Why are we so fucking lucky?
Yeah, why are we so lucky?
I was pissed.
What did I do to deserve this?
I was like acting like I was mad about it at first, but like this is dope. It's just
dope.
more teams make the
We're gonna have
playoffs,
a 1
more
o'clock game.
football.
We're gonna have a 1 o'clock game Saturday, like a 1 o'clock game Sunday, or 8 o'clock game.
No, it's
Sunday.
gonna be 1, 4, and 8.
1, 4, 8.
Both
No,
days.
But I think on Sunday it's usually 1 and 4. We're gonna have an 8 o'clock game.
Exactly.
On Sunday.
Yeah,
It's
that's
amazing.
so fresh.
And look how much
This is
fucking
amazing.
drama there is. There's fucking
There's a lot
five.
of
There's
drama.
5 teams at 10 and 5 in the AFC. Like that's crazy.
I'm excited. I'm excited. This is gonna be a fun Sunday.
All right, so let's get some predictions. If you had to say what your conference championship matchups for a moment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say ignore the seeds. Give me your top 2 teams from each conference and who has the best chance of making it to the Super Bowl.
I personally don't know how you could in the AFC go against taking the Bills right now and the Chiefs. Like,
Yeah, I
someone
agree.
find me a reason to say otherwise.
The only thing that I'm gonna pose is obviously the Steelers are trending downward. The case you can make for the Steelers is that the way they played in the beginning of the season, but also there's a team that's in Baltimore that is starting to click. And I think that when you think about what their projection was coming into the season, I think most people expected that it was going to be Ravens-Chiefs in the conference championship. And so all I have to say is this team is starting to click at the right time towards the end of the season. Are we underestimating their ability to make it at least to that conference game?
I think
and
so.
then potentially to the Super Bowl?
It's actually, I agree 100%. It's pretty cool. We have the Ravens-Steelers first round matchup. If it stays as it is right now. But yeah, I mean, I agree with Joey. Like, how are you going to put anybody above the Chiefs and the Bills right now? The Bills are playing probably the best football in the NFL. Like, even the Chiefs have been very pedestrian.
Yeah.
Like, even the last 5-6 weeks. As I said before, they're 7-0 against the spread in the last 7 weeks, which means they're not only winning, they're outperforming expectations. But like, listen, would you be surprised if the Ravens beat the Steelers and then they play the Bills and win the game? Like,
Not in the slightest.
Who's going to sit there and be like, holy shit, how did the Ravens win that game?
Exactly.
No one.
Exactly.
So that's why I think there's a lot of potential drama in the playoffs this year. I'm very excited to see how it plays out.
Bro, I think the Bills could end up playing the Chiefs in the division, and the Ravens could end up going to the conference against the winner of that game.
That the Steelers would have to win and the Bills would have to lose for that to happen, right?
I'm not 100%.
Because the Chiefs are 1, the Bills are 2. They wouldn't see each other until then, and it reseeds.
Oh, got it.
Everything reseeds.
Oh yeah,
as well.
You're right. My bad.
I think that'll be very hard. It's possible right now, but it's gonna be tough to happen based off these matchups coming up.
All right, yeah. I mean, I'm with you. So I think that like the Ravens are probably the most underestimated. Bro, let's throw another fucking wrench into this. The Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans did last year what nobody expected, and they outperformed their ability, and they fucking ran with it. Are we doing the same thing again this time around? I mean, Joey obviously is thinking that they're going to lose to the Texans this late into the season, but the Titans are going to make the playoffs, and the question is, do the Titans make a run? I don't know what the fuck.
I'll answer you because he's not even listening. He has no idea what you're saying. He's doing some work shit right now. But they did it last year, so if they do it again this year, why would you be surprised? They already have the recipe.
Yes, exactly. They have the recipe.
They have the recipe.
And they have the talent. They absolutely have the talent.
Oh,
Coaching, quarterback, running back.
Dude, Mariota is the fucking man. He's the. Sorry. Ryan Tannehill is the fucking man.
Are you joking me?
Yeah,
Did you even play quarterback in 2 years?
I'm fucking sipping on my beer.
Hey.
It's New Year's Eve. I'm thinking about it later. Like, what do you want me to do?
Good year.
Yeah, hell of a year.
No, I mean, isn't that the one thing though? Like, I'm sure you guys just touched on it. I'm gonna touch on it again. I wasn't part of the conversation. Isn't that the two things you need in the playoffs? And especially if you're gonna go on the road, like the Titans are gonna be probably in the divisional round. You need a run game and you need a defense. They have those two. Actually, the defense is sketchy.
And the
defense
third,
has been weak this year, but
and a coach.
And the coach is good. We know the coach is good. That dude walks in the locker room, chest put out high, chin is up,
mustache out,
mustache out,
and that guy demands respect. And if you don't respect him, he's gonna look at you and be like, "Get out."
Do you guys want to see the Browns in the playoffs, or do you want to see them crumble and miss it? Which is better for football?
Which is better for football?
What is better for football?
I think better for football is them in the playoffs. But
what is better for us?
The crumble. I think
I agree.
I think that I want to see the crumble because I think it was a sure thing. I almost thought that I saw, maybe I dreamed it, that there was a graphic about the Browns having already made the playoffs.
Because they were playing the Jets.
Yeah, it would
be so crazy if the Browns and Rams both missed the playoffs at the hands of the New York Jets. That would be
insane.
That would be
the Jets.
Yeah, it's a little chef's kiss on top.
Let's talk about the other side, the NFC top two teams. What do you got for me?
This is a little more. This can get a little interesting.
This is dicey. Absolutely. There's a lot of teams here. Who do you like? Who do you want?
I think the Packers are going to get there. I think that's one. I'm going to go out and say I think it's going to be the Seahawks. I think Russ is going to find a way to get back there and just somehow like make a little magic happen. I'm just looking at the standings right now and trying to figure out like what could happen. Like, all right, the Buccaneers.
I'm looking at your screen. You're literally not looking at the standings.
That's why, Chief. Yo, Mike G. I'm staring at the standings. I didn't have to say which computer I was staring at the standings, but I'm staring at the standings.
All right, tell me more.
So I think think about the top 4 teams winning, Tom Brady going into Lambeau Field. I know he can maybe do it. I don't know if the team could do it. I think Rodgers proved last week, especially that like any type of weather, doesn't matter how cold, doesn't matter how snowy it is. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna fucking be great. Not good. Great.
So is there something, though, about the fact that the Green Bay Packers seem to be relatively consistent over at least the past 3 seasons with the team that they've had? And is there something about the Packers now going into the playoffs that they haven't elevated themselves as much as the competition may have dropped? Like, are we looking at this season being – because, like, I don't think the Packers – look any better this season than they have.
I disagree. I fully – their defense is very legit now. Like, top 10, no doubt. Their defense actually they had some good defenses and then bad, but now this is one of the best. I mean, Jair Alexander just shut down, and he makes it so much easier. And their running game, they finally established a running game.
You don't think they had a running game last year?
Last year?
Last year?
Well, I was going back. We're talking about
we're going 4 years ago.
The Green Bay Packers.
Last year they had the same 2 running backs at the court.
Like last year, it's it's the same team as last season.
And where did Green Bay lose? Conference? Who do they play?
I don't remember.
Oh no, they didn't make the playoffs last year, bro. They
No,
went
they
fucking.
did.
They didn't make it 2
won
years
the-
ago.
No. They definitely made the playoffs.
They were the 2 seed.
They lost to San Francisco in the conference championship game.
Did they?
They went to San Francisco. Yes, they lost to San Francisco
All right,
in the
well, so
conference
the-
championship.
so I
That was a
mean-
good team.
That was a really good team. San Francisco was really
All right,
good
so you
last
know what?
year.
I almost take it back because I think Green Bay they definitely overperformed last year. It's strange being that they made it to the conference that their over-under for wins of the season was set at 9, and that they're putting again they put together the resume that completely outdid what the expectations were. There's just a piece of me that I think that based off the regular season, you would think Green Bay's got what it takes to at least make it to the conference and probably make it to the Super Bowl. And the only question is, I guess, what other team has the potential to upset that? Is it the Saints? Is it the Seahawks?
It's very open. Like
I wouldn't be surprised if any of those 3 teams made it. I
Dude,
wouldn't be surprised.
We
I'll
haven't
say
even
that.
mentioned the Bucks yet. Like we cannot sleep on Tom.
Can't.
That defense is legit. They got Tom. They got the 3 receivers. If Ronald Jones comes back, they got the running game. They got Gronk. Like they got players there. This is what Tom loves. Like we're like epitomizing the world right now. We're talking about the NFC. We've been talking about the playoffs for 5 minutes. Haven't even mentioned the Bucks, and they're just gonna fucking slide their way in there. Like nobody would be surprised if that happened.
I got a conspiracy theory right now. The Bucks will not play the night game no matter what.
They're gonna.
They will not put the Bucks in a night
That's
game.
hilarious.
No way.
No way. They
No
need
way.
Tom Brady at his best.
100%.
So they're gonna put him in that 1:00 game. I have to take. Put this one down in the archives right now. The Bucks will be in the
archives.
1:00 game on Wildcard Weekend, on Divisional Weekend if they make it, on the championship
I
game.
love
if they
that
make it.
take.
And
I
don't
love that.
forget,
Maybe the 1 o'clock
don't
game.
forget. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they're locked in to play the winner of the NFC East. So they're either playing the Redskins, the Cowboys, or the Giants. So you would think they have an easy road to the NFC
Right,
champ
right.
semifinals.
Right.
Should be good.
But-
Should be easy.
Do the Saints have a shot this year?
I don't think so. I think Drew Brees is. It's caught up to him. You see it now. Like he's
I don't
on-
know. You guys always say
I
this,
think-
dude.
I think he-
like
I think
just
he
because
hasn't played good. He
just
hasn't
because
played good.
dude, he's not playing Madden. Like he doesn't have to throw the ball 40 yards down the field. He's playing amazing. He's top 5 QBR in the league. The guy's unbelievable. He just reading defenses, moving players at the line, audibling, dumping it off, doing the short screen passes. Like he just knows what he's doing. He knows how to manage a game. No, he's not fucking Rodgers, Mahomes throwing the ball 40 yards down the field, making amazing plays. But he just gets it done, and their defense is
He's
amazing.
not going into Green Bay and win that game. That's the thing. I don't think he's going to go into Green Bay in Lambeau Field in 20 degrees and win a football game.
That's what's tough. That's what's
he
tough.
Has, and he's never proven he can do that. I don't think he's ever proven he can do that.
Well, he's won a Super Bowl, so he's.
But did it go through? Did that Super Bowl go through New Orleans? Did he have to go?
I
in
mean,
like
what was that? Fucking
a cold,
8 years ago.
Oh, I think he maybe beat like a Rex Grossman-led Chicago Bears. Like that's different. Or Kyle Orton.
That's cold.
That's cool.
That's
cold.
Kyle Orton or Rex Grossman. That isn't fucking Aaron Rodgers.
All right, real quick, let's go Super Bowl predictions. Are you guys going to take some square bets, or are you going to predict something?
Are you joking?
At a time like this, we're about to go Super Bowl
Yo,
predictions.
I'm getting a fucking work call. I'm making deals on New Year's, baby. I should answer this right now.
Answer. What does he want? What does he want?
Should I answer?
Don't answer it.
Don't
Don't
answer
answer it. Super Bowl predictions, Joey, give it to me.
The thing is, like, I want to say Bills. I want to say the Bills
say it.
so bad. I don't know how I can though. Like, you know what? Fuck, I'm gonna say it. I'm taking the Bills, and they're gonna go against the Packers. That's where I'm gonna go.
Bills Packers. I love that.
A nice. You know what that is? That's a nice little like old school kind of team matchup. You know,
I do
hands
like
gonna
it.
be in the dirt. Oh, I like that. Bills,
King Snake, what do you got?
I was thinking about doing that. I mean, like the Chiefs have looked so bad. Like, what are they doing? Like their defense is carrying them right now. Mahomes is just like throwing picks and like making. What is going on? But I gotta stay with the Chiefs. It's Pat, it's Andy, and the defense is clearly playing good. So like I can't bet against them. Like I just can't do it. I think I have a little future in on them too. Like plus like 500 at the beginning of the season is pretty dope. But let's do it for the fans. Like let's get Pat against Aaron. And just let them duel it out. Like people are arguing who's the better quarterback, who's better all time, who's more skilled, who's having a better season, who's MVP, who's not. Let's let them leave it all on the field and fucking battle. It's square as fuck. It's the 2-1 seeds, but Packers Chiefs. Let's see what happens.
I agree. I think I'm also gonna go square. For right now, I'm gonna say Packers Chiefs. When I see the matchups and I know who the Packers are gonna have to go through to get to the I think the Chiefs are going to take it from the AFC. And then when I see who the Packers have to play, I guess I'll make that decision. We'll see how Seattle comes out in the playoffs. If Seattle is going to come out in the wild card and put together earlier season Seattle team, all of a sudden that might change everything for me. Because I haven't seen Seattle play that kind of football.
That's the thing about the NFC. Packers, Saints, Seahawks, Bucks, even the Rams. If Goff comes back healthy with that defense, any of them can make it. We wouldn't be surprised. When you look at the AFC, it's really just the Chiefs and Bills, and maybe the and we agree maybe the Ravens, but like Steelers look terrible. Titans, I don't think they have the firepower.
Well,
Dolphins,
but this is the question: are we riding the trends, or do the trends change once the playoffs come around? And I think that we're gonna have to see a little bit what happens in Week 1 of the playoffs in the wild card. Who comes out to play? I think that might change a lot of opinions, and it actually will affect the lines coming into the division. I'll say that. All right. I think that is everything for Garbage Time week number 17. We will see you all back here for playoffs. We're running the fucking show, baby. Peace and love, everybody. Cheers. Happy New Year, everyone.